Shalom, everyone. Welcome back to day 5 of our Sukkot observance. And we're coming to you with camping tips from the tent with Seben and Ayaba Jing. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
How you doing, everybody?
We're just going to be sharing some things that we have purchased to help us be more prepared. Help us be more prepared for our Sukkot observance and the time that we spend in the tent. When you say that you're going to spend, eight nights, 8 days in a tent, there's a different mindset that you have to have than, of course, when you're living inside. So you have to put some thought and some planning into it, and we just want to share some of the things that we have either looked at or looked into or actually purchased. A lot of them have been purchased from Amazon, and some of them have been purchased locally from places like Walmart. You don't have to get any of these things. They're not required or anything like that. We're not selling them personally. Just want to say that. But this is for informational purposes only. And feel free to buy them if you want, or not buy them if you don't want to buy them. We're going to share a link to Seben G's Amazon store. And there are all of these things that were bought from Amazon, and some other items that are in that store as well. And so if you want to look around, you can click the link and kind of go from there. So
right. And when she said we're not selling person, meaning we're not an actual distributor, or you buy them directly, like you call us. Okay. Yep. So I have an Amazon store due to some stuff that I do for my notary business and IT consulting that I do on YouTube and Amazon. Because of that, I have a store. So instead of just having all these affiliate links, I decided to use their store to post items that I have and that I like. And then if you want to get them through the store, you can. You don't have to, but they provide a nice central location for people who are on YouTube to share the products that they like and everything. So to start off, and also this is for informational purposes only. This is not to say that you have to, should to, or any of that. This is, we're not experts. We're just sharing different things that we have that we feel that helps our family to be able to make it through any type of survival situation that we may come into. So for all of you, it may be a little different. So the first thing I wanted to do, also going to be a semi-demonstration. One of the things you're going to want to have, this is called care bags. They have one for men. They have some for women. They also have these here to fit into like a bucket or what they call a commode. These are a little bit bigger. You see they're much bigger. They have an absorbent pad on the inside for the liquid. You can do number 1 and number 2 in these. You just do number 1 in these, and just so you can. And then what I also do is I buy additional pads, and these pads soak up water pretty good. So I'm gonna just set that over here. It normally can soak up about maybe 16 ounces or so of water, sometimes a little bit more depending on the brand, but they absorb water, as you see, and it doesn't drip out. It's like a gel type of thing, and you just do what you got to do. You can use it to clean up spills and all of that. This here is a pad that has a solid back on it that keeps water from penetrating. So if water was to spill, and as y'all see, the water is going down, 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 and you see it's so move that out the way. So I got a little water in here, so I just pour that water on there, and you see that was 8 ounces of water, and this here has turned into a gel, so non-toxic gel. This is turned into, and the bottom is not wet. So you can use this here as a pad for animals, your kids, things of that nature, and all of that. So you see the water absorbing. This was about 12 ounces of water in this bowl that I had and stuff. And then that gel, you gotta be careful, that gel gets all over the place. So those are absorbent pads. All of that is on the Amazon site that we have. I left the other battery in there.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
So this here is a portable battery unit. Portable battery unit is excellent. A lot of these portable battery units, and this is called a Zeus. They have lights on them. It's going to be hard to see in the daytime, but they have lights on them. They have AC and DC power, which is great. So you can actually plug an item into it. They have SOS signals on there. Both of these are 250 watts. You can charge them up with a solar panel. This one actually has solar panels that you can buy when you purchase it. This is called Big Blue. Again, all of this is inside of the link that I have that you'll see on the Amazon store. And you get if you get a solar panel, get one that has at least 100 watts to it, because 100 watts per hour, that's how fast it can charge something up. It can add 100 watts per hour. So that gives you the ability to get these charged up pretty fast. You don't want anything under 100 watts because it's just going to take a lot longer. They have adapters that you can use so they can fit different items. So both of these are very, very good. Both of them have AC, DC. We actually ran an oscillating fan off of this, and it really only took it down by maybe 25%. You know, from a full battery, just took 25% of the power after running all day. So, however, when we plugged in a electric heater, that was too much power for this here. So you would need to get something maybe that's 500 or 1,000 watts for something like an electric heater that you want to plug in and all of that. Also on the site, you'll see other solar powered or other bigger power portable battery units, and a lot of them can be chained together, connected together, as well as with solar panels and all of that.
These are very good. We've both been using them throughout the week. They're very good for us to be able to plug in our devices, our laptops, our phones,
everything,
and have additional lighting in the tent at night.
So you can plug those up to charge them with an AC outlet in the house, as well as connect the solar panel to it. This here's a weather radio.
Saturday, northwest wind 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 to 2 feet.
So it has a weather channel that you know what the weather is, has a solar so it can charge, has 2 lights. It has a little reading light for you. It also has a little spotlight. This light here is very, very bright. From here to that back corner, it lights up the backyard really, really well. You can charge it up manually. Has a lithium ion battery in there that you can charge up but manually. Has battery pack if you want to use AAA batteries. Again, solar. You can also, where's that other thing? Ah, here it is. You can also charge it up this way. So it has different ways of charging and has different lights. Also, if you're stuck out there and need help, has a loud alarm on it, so let people know that you need help and stuck somewhere. So that's very, very good.
And it's very, always remember to bring batteries with you if you're going camping, or if you're just setting up for emergency situations. Make sure that you have AAA, AA batteries, 9-volt batteries, the D and C size batteries. This is good not just for when you're going camping, but also when you are putting together your emergency supplies, go bags, what have you.
And these lights here, some of them come when you get a sleeping bag. You'll get like these here with a sleeping bag, or you can buy them individually. The lights, for the batteries is at the bottom. You just unscrew that. Some of them are waterproof, some of them aren't, so double check. So don't get
That has a magnet.
right. This one, if you got something, it can stick to other items. No, this is aluminum, but it can stick to different items. All right, so if you got something metal, your car or what have you broke down, stick that on the side. You got light and everything. These come in very, very handy.
And they're good, especially if you have children and you want to make sure that they have lighting when they're going back, especially if you're camping out and you're on a campground and you're going to the place where you have to use the restroom or what have you, you need more lighting. This is great for children, people who can't carry things that are very, very heavy, or you want to use something that is battery operated rather than using propane or oil. So these are really, really good. Like he said, like this one came with my sleeping bag, so it was great. And when you order a lot of camping gear, a lot of times they'll send you other things along. Like the main thing that I bought was my sleeping bag, so they add other little supplies too, which is great.
And then you need bags to carry items in. This here, and again, this is on the site. This here particular bag, it's basically a military tactical type bag. They don't have the name on the tag, but this bag carries some of everything. Real big. You can put a laptop in here. You got stuff for your underwear, socks. It even it's padded on the back, and even with that, put stuff in there. Got hooks. Pockets on the front. You know, you can buy special hooks to go on there to connect other items. Has Velcro if you want to stick an additional bag on the front. All of that. Has these straps, padded straps, very comfortable. Then it has this here to go around your waist so that your straps don't slide off your shoulders, because depending on how your body type is. So these bags are very good, and they expand out pretty hefty, and you can put a lot of gear in there. Then you also have a smaller bag that you can carry around your waist or over your shoulder. It also has a whole bunch of pockets in it, Velcro to stick other bags onto the front of it, so forth and so on. So that's a very nice, neat, compact bag. Some of the other stuff that you want to have: portable heater, Coleman. You can get these out of Walmart. You can get these off of Amazon, but these work very well. The front here is ceramic. It heats up very, very quick. Very quick. It also has an anti-tilt feature, so if these tip over, the flame cuts off. It has an auto shut off in there. The canisters on the side, this is empty, and then you just flip that out, unscrew that to put, to take the old one off and then to put a new one on. Very, very simple, easy to use. The front is the main thing that gets hot. You feel very little heat coming off the back or the handles, but the main thing is this. And again, still, you don't want to sleep with these on in your tent, but they do. If they do tip over, they have an auto shut off in there to keep them from continuing to burn while they're tipped over. So having that. Now this device here is real neat. This is a weight scale. This is a scale for these little bottles. And also you can, now these bottles are pretty expensive when you buy them, but there's videos out there on how to refill them. And I have the devices and stuff on that same site. At the bottom, you'll see some hoses. There's this one long hose, and it has videos out there that show you how to refill these from a regular big propane can. But let's say you want to find out how much you have in this here set for either 16-ounce bottles or 14-ounce. And all you do is with the bottle on the table, snap that on, lift that up, and it will tell you exactly how much. Well, not exactly, but it'll give you a range of how much propane is left in the can or in the canister. So this is a good way to get an idea, because Some people may not be able to tell the difference, or if you pick up one, you're not sure, is it really empty and all of that. So these come in handy to have when you're out there to actually know whether or not you're out of propane and stuff. Now, when it comes to starting fires, you probably won't see this on the camera because there's so much light, but you can hear it. You should be able to hear that. This here is a butane lighter. Have this little butane thing. If you need to refill it up, you just stick it in the little hole and couple it and hold that for a few seconds in there. This is already full, and this here is flexible. You can't, certain ways they tell you not to angle it, but this is also windproof, so you can light fires with this real quick and easy. Some of the fellas, they like to go old school with the flint and magnesium and all of that rod, so you can use that to start. Get some straw, things of that nature, and you can flick. And these little sparkers are hot, so this isn't for kids to be playing with. I'm telling you now, this isn't for kids to play with. All of that's on the site. You can get something like this. It's called a fire starter. This here, just a little brick.
Yeah, the cubes.
If you smell it, you can smell. You can smell the fuel in there. So again, this isn't something you want to just store in the sun, but you would basically take this, light the plastic, boom, it lights up. Or you could take this and flick it. Now, one of the things I've learned, the longer these are, the better, because you don't want your hand too close to these here. So the longer they are, like I have this one, not looking at the handle, but you see the size you want to use, and this here works the same. I just prefer the longer one, something long, and they even have them out to about a foot long, and it gives you a good, where you can strike it, catch this on fire. They also have ones out there that are water resistant, so if you get them wet, you strike it, they still will burn. But you don't want to store these around fuel and things of that nature. And this is called fire starter cubes, and I got these out of Walmart. You can get them off of Walmart and everything.
You want to make sure that your children, they're stored away from your children, because they, how children like to get small things and put them in their mouths and all of that. So please, 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 make sure that they're stored away from your small children.
Sure. Now this here, some of you probably remember these. This is a igniter, old Bunsen burner, and you can use this to start. It's not that sparkly, but if you got something like a butane or a gas stove, you can use that.
Oh, you got the camping stove.
Yeah, I got the stove right here.
Okay.
You can use that, and it sparks and everything. And then you got replacement flints in there. There's a ton of these out there. This here's by Gas One. Gas One isn't sponsoring this or anything, but this here is an actual stove. And later we'll do a demonstration on this separate. But this stove, I got this particular one because it is, as it says here, it's butane and propane. So you can use a butane canister that goes in here, or I don't have the code. Or you can use a cable. There's a cord that you stick in here, and it connects to these. So you can use either one. And then you ignite it, flame, and it works great. So we'll do a demonstration about that separate a little bit later. And stuff. But you do not want to, you want this on a level surface. You don't want this next to other items, because this does get very, very hot. You just make sure you follow the directions and you will be good to go. And it's very, very simple to use. Got a nice little book of directions, so you follow those directions and you will be good to go. Another item here that we have is portable battery packs. These portable battery packs are great. They're solar powered. You can also charge them up USB from your computer or other devices, power devices. But you set these out in the sun, or what? Because it's out in the sun, it just starts charging automatically. This one has 4 panels to it, and it's also wireless charging. So you put the wireless charger on here. I mean your phone on here. Of course, that's blocking the panel. So then it has these additional panels that you cover that, and it'll still be receiving power from the sun to charge up your phone wirelessly. They both have lights on them. The lights is pretty bright. You can charge up 2 devices at once. If you're backpacking, you can just lay this out like this while on the back, and it'll be charging. The same thing with that one. You can just hook that, and this is constantly charging the moment it's out in the sun. Now the difference between the two, as soon as you plug a device into this, it starts charging it up, your phone. With this one, you actually have to press the on button on the side. So if you plug it up and you don't press the on button, doesn't. And then this one has a compass, so you get lost, help you find your way.
And those are great if you want to put them in your backpacks or your pocketbook, or they're more portable. So
Right.
those are the ones that you can use. You can use them if you're at the tent or what have you. But those are the ones that you can really use to take with you, other than these bigger ones. These are ones that, you know, stay more at your campsite where you're based. But those you can take with you, and they're a lot more portable. And we've been using those throughout the week.
So now this here's, you know, everybody, you know, we got to have water. And there's another set of pills that I got, and I can't remember where I put them at, but I also ordered these here. This is from Procter & Gamble. These packets can treat up to 2.5 gallons of water. And what I would say is just look up Procter & Gamble Purify water purification packets, and they have some great videos on YouTube that shows what it does. And basically, it takes all of the solid bad stuff, clumps it up, and it drops it to the bottom. Then you pour out the water through a filter, so now you have good filtered water. It takes probably about 30 minutes. You have to constantly stir it up. But they're using this in a lot of third world countries to purify their water. And I haven't tried it yet, but apparently it works very, very well. Very simple to use, but it takes probably, I would say, if you really want to do it right, maybe 20 minutes, 5 minutes of stirring, then let it sit for about another 5 minutes. Then once everything is down to the bottom, then you pour it through a strainer to filter away and to catch all of the solid debris. And then after that, you wait another 20 minutes. So yeah, you're talking about 30 minutes, but it's good to go. And the water that you clean is good for about 2 days. So these are this is something good to have. For sleeping, as y'all see behind us, this here, and you can get any brand, to be honest. Put it over there. Yeah. You can get any brand, to be honest. It has a foot pump to it. You can manually pump it up. You have to open this up, and you can manually put your foot or hand, and you can pump this up. There's some out there that says, hey, all you got to do is put 6 or 7 breaths and you pump up a 75. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. So I use a portable vacuum, and you can buy those. You can buy battery operated air pumps. It's quicker and easier just to blow air into it rather than you sit there. Now some of these, as you lay on them, air leaks out, so you got to refill them back up. But this particular one, and I have it on the site, is very, very comfortable. I have to admit, it is very, once it's completely blown up, it is very comfortable, and you could either sit on it, you could lay on it. It's very, very comfortable.
It's good for your camping cots.
Yeah, for your camping cots. And on the site we have camping cots
and
listed.
it's important Especially if you have, you have back issues like we do. Like we got back issues. You can't be on hard surfaces. That would be a good thing for you to invest in, so that you don't have your back, thrown out in the midst of your camping trip. It could put a damper on things. So it's great to have the camping cot mattress.
Right. And like I said, there's different types out there. Most of them are all self-inflatable. Either you blow into them or you got a pump onto it. So it's up to you which one you want. Find one that works for you, and you'll be thoroughly pleased. But again, keep in mind they're not puncture resistant, so putting them on rocks and sharp surfaces, sliding around, can cause them to get ripped, and then you get holes in them and all of that kind of stuff. Now, another thing, sometimes you're going to have to dig, you're going to have to shovel something, or for some people that don't, let's say you run out of your bags for pooping and peeing in, you got to dig a hole. And these little tactical shovel things come in handy. I've been looking at these for a while. What I like about them is there it is. Multi-purpose. So for shoveling, you can turn it around this way. For digging out, if you're going to be planting a garden and everything, some of y'all want to plant gardens, so you got this, then turns into a hole to plant, to scoop out dirt and all of that. It has other functions to it. So the handle breaks down into multiple little pieces, and I like it because it changes up pretty quick. There we go. I know y'all didn't think I was going to get it, did you? Now, these threads are long, so it's not 2 or 3 turns and then it just pops off. But it also comes with an axe. So axe and hammer, axe part. Has a spear. So if you're trying to spear going fishing, you got that. You want to use the hammer part, the axe, you just take the spear piece out. And now you got an axe. Other parts that are in here, and you can make the axe handle shorter. Has a knife. You can cut things, all of that. The knife blade is very sharp. And as you see, this handle breaks down, and then you also have a screwdriver, flat and Phillips. And all of these items store inside the handle themselves for when you want to pack it away. Again, these are very sharp. This isn't something for kids to be playing with. They just go inside each other, then you put them in the bag that it comes with, and you're good to go. So you can just take the handle off, use this to cut whatever. See, nice and sharp. So these are different little tools. Comes with compass. It also comes with a window brake. So if somebody's stuck in a car, you can use this to break the window. This here is a very good. These run probably 40 to 60 bucks depending on who you're getting them from. Some of them have these little fancy designs and all of that kind of stuff. I just got the plain one, something basic, simple to use while out. So also, it's good to have different types of knives. Now, when it comes to knives, for those who are knife enthusiasts, as I've learned out there, there's different kind of blades. And I'm not even going to go into it here, but you need to do your research, because depending on the type of blade depends on whether the blade holds the edge, meaning it stays sharp, things of that nature.
You had the sharpener. I get it.
Which one?
The sharpener, the round one.
Oh, it's on the computer table.
Yes.
So whatever knife you want to get is completely up to you. They're very, very sharp. They do their job in cutting. I like pocket knives that flip, has a serration on it. Again, as you see, nice and sharp. It's also good to have a long one. I believe this is 6-inch, and then I believe this one is 8 inches. So you have different. You see that? I just did that with the tip. So all of that, you have good solid handle. This is a Smith & Wesson, and all of these are on the site for you. Always have a knife sharpener in this case, and it's on the site called Good Job. This is what they call a puck, and a lot of times the puck is used for the axe. To keep that blade sharpened. You go on YouTube and it'll actually, yeah. And I got this one because it came with this bamboo case, magnets in there, so it holds it in there and all of that. Got a little rubber bottom to keep it from slipping, all of that. So very sharp blade. What else? I think that is it. Now, one other thing about the difference also between these two, and I didn't realize it, this one will auto shut off once the power of the device that you're using is full. This one doesn't. So if you disconnect it, it doesn't keep pushing power out, it just doesn't turn off. So this one will automatically turn off once it senses that no power is being pulled from it. So if you got kids who like to leave stuff on, or you like to leave stuff on, you know, because sometimes kids will leave stuff just plugged up to the device, just trying to overcharge it. You don't want to do that. So, but they're both are very, very good battery chargers. I like them. And again, it's always good to have you a decent knife, something that has a good strong blade to it. But there's all kinds of different blade types out there. Do your research, fellas, so you can learn. When I get a chance, I will put together something, but it's really hard. Basically, the harder, the stronger the knife, the harder it is to get the blade. Then you have soft metals, and it's easier to sharpen them, but the blade might not last as long. So, which means is you don't want to be sitting up here trying to just use the knife, just cutting down stuff that it's not designed for. You don't want to use it on metal and things of that nature. If it's going to be used for cutting a tree down, then use it cutting tree. Also, with the blade on this here, very sharp. It got hex for using it to loosen nuts, and this here is a saw, so you can saw through, you know, you see that it can saw through some things, so branches, all of that, tree limbs, chopping up, you know, cutting down woods, things of that nature. So for right now, I think that is, oh, and then you got cell phone holders,
the stands. That one is different.
This one rotates. These are good for your basic cell phone. If you're getting anything bigger than a cell phone, it might not.
This one doesn't rotate or doesn't lift up.
Right, it's a fixed one.
It's a fixed one. The same, a Lamacall is the same company, but it's just two different styles. You can put it like this, you know, portrait, or you can do landscape. And it's really good. It's supposed to help you with the ergonomics of your body or your biomechanics, so you're not doing this the whole time.
Right.
It's supposed to be so it causes you to raise up your neck so you're not in a bent position all the time. We use them in the house. It's been great in the tent. When you want to be able to see your phone, it's harder to see your phone when it's laying down. But when it's sitting up like this, you can be able to see the phone better and whatever you're trying to do. And so it's sitting up for you. So these are great. We've been using them for years now, but they're great for you to be able to have in your tent. And it's just to make things a little bit more helpful for you.
This here stopping fire called Fire Gone. You can get these from Walmart. They probably have them on Amazon also. I haven't looked yet to see if they're on Amazon, but they probably have them, because it can be a little dangerous carrying around a fire extinguisher. You never want a fire extinguisher laid on the side, because the top could get knocked off on the fire extinguisher, and then that becomes a projectile. So these here are portable to stop fires, called Fire Gone. This here is something that you may want to have. This here is called natural animal, all natural animal repellent. Has a peppermint smell to it, and a lot of animals don't like peppermint smell, so you can spray this around the perimeter away from you, to try to deter raccoons, mice, rats, other animals that don't necessarily care. So it says it's good for chipmunks, cats, dogs, rats, mice, deer, squirrels, raccoons, skunks, birds, and rabbits. So if you're going to be out there, and especially if you got kids, or for some adults, y'all like to eat and just leave your food all out, it brings pests. Okay, it does. They smell stuff that we don't smell, and next thing you know, you got something creeping around the outside
of your tent.
You know, now it doesn't say anything about bear. However, on the site there's some stuff called trips. They have what they call shotgun primers you have to buy, which don't cost that much from any store. And basically what happens is when they hit the trip wire, it hits the shotgun primer and it sounds like a gunshot to scare off. So it's a perimeter security system. What we have out here today is perimeter for is a driveway alarm. So you can use battery operated driveway alarms that when somebody comes up close to it, it'll ring. So it has 2 sensors, and then there's in the tent the receiver. So if somebody was to come, it'll let you know. But it can be a little sensitive when it comes to the wind. So if the wind is blowing, tree branches or something falls in front of it, it doesn't know that it's a human or not. It's going to make a noise. But the tripwire ones, a lot of people use those tripwire security or perimeter systems. And if you look them up on YouTube, and they have them on there, and it's in the Amazon store. But later we're going to do a demonstration on the stove. We're also going to show you the nightsticks, the glow sticks, how they work. But these are just little simple things, and you sort of got to think outside of the box for a lot of this stuff in order for you to have a successful experience, whether on the run, survival, you throw all your stuff in the bag, or what have you.
And this is for both. We're in the midst of observing Sukkot, but there's things that I know that I'm learning. This is my 3rd year, and this is Seb and G's first year spending time in the tent, before he helped with putting up the tent and things of that nature. But it's different when you're actually staying out in the tent. There's things that you become aware of that you don't think about unless you do it all the time. And for those of you who go camping all the time, who spend a lot of time outdoors, you go hiking all the time, you may know about all of these things. But for the rest of the population who spends all their time indoors, may have never spent any time outside other than to get from one place to another, has never gone through any type of camping trip, hiking, or anything like that. All of these things may be something that is brand new to that cross section of people. And so we just wanted to share this information, just some of the things that we're learning for those that are thinking about, hey, this is something that I want to do with my family next year. Like I said, we're doing this in our backyard. Each time that I have done it, it has been in the backyard. And even with that, you still have to think about safety. We have rabbits that are all around our yard as soon as we
Possums.
come home. But yeah, we have that. So it's a real thing where we are, that we still have animals that'll come in, and we can see them on our security cameras, all of that. And so we've been pretty good out here. We have spent a lot of time outside this week, and we haven't seen any rabbits or anything like that, no rodents or anything. And so it's been really good. It's been really successful so far. And so we wanted to share that with all of you, and also from the emergency standpoint. This everything that's going on in the world today is changing, and so we have to start thinking differently from the way that we have been thinking. Yes, some of us live in apartments, some of us live in single family homes, some of us live in townhouses, some of you are already living off grid, some people have farms, some people have bought small plots of land. Everybody's in a different situation. So you have to start thinking, what do I need if I have to pick up and go? And these are some of the things that you would have to think about, the different types of bags. My husband actually went out and got those backpacks for all 5 of us that are in our household. And so we're starting to put together emergency supplies. Well, we have been putting them together for quite some time, especially after going through what we've been going through since last year. We started really thinking, more in survival mode, and putting things together and fortifying our own families. And so we just wanted to take the time to share these things with you. Emergency supplies, things of that nature, flashlights. If you don't have those, start getting those. If you have no batteries, we buy all different types of batteries, and we just buy them a little bit at a time, and keep them stored. Get yourself some good flashlights, and get some regular size ones, and get some smaller ones, and things of that nature. Because sometimes the emergency is that, if the weather has caused your power to go out, and you're not able to see at night and things of that nature. So we've have things in the house that we have been using for years, lights that light up when you walk by them, and they're battery operated. There are all kinds of things that you can really look into that fits you as an individual, if you're by yourself, or if you're a married couple, or if you have an entire family like we do. So you really have to start thinking, because in times of emergency, that's not the time to try to go find these things. You have to do it when it is peaceful and it's quiet and the birds are flying over like they're doing right now in front of us, and they look so nice and calm. That's when you go out and you really prepare, and you get the things that you make your list, and you get the things that is going to help to fortify and solidify your preparations for you and your family. So we just wanted to take the time today and bring these camping tips from the tent with Stephen and Ayabaji to you. And we hope that you got something from this, that you learned something, and that your perspective was just changed a little bit, and your eyes were opened a little bit wider, and you heard something or saw something that it can help you and your family. And so we look forward to seeing you a little later on. Shalom and happy Sukkot.
Happy Sukkot.